Hey there YouTubers, YourGuitarSage here. Today we're going to learn how to play I Saw Her Standing There by the Beatles. This is a pretty simple tune that only requires 4 chords, I believe. And they're pretty simple. They're open chords. You won't need a capo for this one. And the song is built on the 12-bar blues system, which I just did a video for. So if you haven't seen that one, you're not familiar with the 12-bar blues, check that out. Okay, I'm going to jump into it, and then we'll talk about the bits and pieces here afterwards. What kind, how we're holding the chords and all that good stuff, the construction of the chord progression, yada yada yada. Okay, I'm looking at my chord progression on the screen here that I've done a chart for. But I'm going to start into it, and basically I'm breaking this up into, really there's 3 parts: verse, chorus, and solo. There's an intro, but it's just an E7 chord. So I'm going to break it up into 3 pieces. So here we go. Solo's in 4, 4, 4. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's that kind of feel. We'll talk about the strumming in a minute. I'm going to keep it simple and just play these kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the intro. It's going to go 4 measures of E7. And by the way, I'm looking at this chart right now. It's real easy for me to do this. If you have any issues with it, with writing down the chords that I'm telling you, check out YourGuitarSage.com and it'll tell you how to get a hold of the chart. Also, there's a great informative ebook there that will help you with all the songs that I teach on here. So check those out. Okay, so here we go. If you don't have the chart, then of course jot these chords down. So the intro is going to go in E7 for 4 measures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. She was just. Okay, so now we're into the verse. The verse is going to go E7 for 2 measures, A7 for a measure, E7 for a measure, E7 for 2 measures again, then a B7 for 2 measures, then an E, an E7, an A, a C, an E7, B7, and 2 E7s. Okay, so verse is that's all the verses, and in fact there are 3 verses in this song, and the very last verse you're going to play the entire verse through, and then it's going to end with this little 4-bar progression. That's the very end of the song. You'll recognize it when you get to it. Okay, so that's what we got as far as the verses. We'll talk about the chord particulars in just a second. Okay, chorus is going to do something like this. It's going to go 4 measures of A7. I'm sorry, 6 measures of A7. 2 measures of B7, 2 measures of A7. So that's the whole chorus. So, well, my heart went 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Here's the B7. Okay, now there are, that I can count here, I think there's only, you know something? There's 3 choruses in this. So, I believe there's 3 choruses, either 2 or 3, but nonetheless, when you get to the chorus, that's your progression. It's going to be the same for all of them. Okay? Now, let's talk about the solo. The solo progression is going to go E7 for 6 measures. There's number 5, number 6. B7 for 2 measures, E7 for 2 measures, A for 2 measures, and then an E, a B B7, 2 E7s. Okay, now that is the whole tune as far as the chord progression. Let's talk about the chords here for a second. If you don't know how to play an E7, it's an E, straight up E chord, and hopefully for those of you that don't know how to play an E chord, you can see what I'm doing here. But an E7 is you lift your ring finger up and you play that open D. That's your E7. Alright? Your B7, best way that I can say to do this is, if you know how to play a D7, your D7 looks like this, your D looks like that. So for those of you that don't know how to play a D7, it's kind of like I think of it like a backwards D. So if the triangle, when I call it triangle, is pointing this way, flip it the other way. First finger's here, second and third are on strings 3 and 1. And that's what your D7 looks like. Your B7, which is the chord we're going for, it's kind of a long way around it. We're going to take this, lift it up, bump it up 2 strings, lay it down, add your pinky down here. That's your B7. And you should play from the 5th string down. Okay? It's a nice, it's a great chord. Use it all the time. Okay? And then we have a C chord in here too as well, in the verse. Okay? For those of you that have been studying the National Number System with me, I do have a video for that, and also the ebook, of course, describes that in detail. But you want to know what the chords are in this. The E7 is the 1, because that's our tonic or our root. The 4 chord is our A7. The 5 chord is our B7. And the flatted 6 is our C. And of course we come up with these notes from the major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And here's our 1, 3. Our 4 is our 1, 2, 3, 4. Our A. Our 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our 5. And our flatted 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we're flattening it, 6. And we make it a C. That's our flatted 6 chord. So, if that entices you, which it should, because it's a great way for you to think about music and for you to understand these charts, check out the video that I have on charts. And gosh, I believe I did one for National Number System. If I haven't, I need to go check back, and I'll put one up if not. Alright kids, that's about it for today. Keep checking back. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, and if you haven't already, get a hold of that ebook. It's going to allow you to also access the website where I have tons of charts that will really help with your playing. And also that this ebook's an informative, it's about a 33-page document, and will help you with strumming, teach you the National Number System, teach you how to read charts, all sorts of good stuff. So, alright. Keep checking back, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.